Hello, welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Dominic Hennig. This week we'll talk Bulldog football, hockey, and women's volleyball. First up, the head coach of the football team, Tony Annese. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Tom. I'm glad to be here.
Before we get on to the highlights, last week, Jason Vanderlaan, sophomore quarterback, National Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week. Just if you can talk about the impact he has on the field and also off the field.
Well, he's a big part of the things we do on the field, obviously. He's a great leader, sophomore, but probably, one of the most respected players on our team. And the only reason I guess you're respected is not just by doing the things you do on the field, but also the things you do off the field. He represents all the things we want represented in a student athlete here at Ferris State.
A tough 4-5-38 loss to Hillsdale in the first visit to the Muddy Water Stadium since 2010. Just, if you can, your thoughts on the game.
Tough loss, I mean, we've been blessed with the opportunity to play the toughest part of the GLIAC schedule. Bang, 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 and then again bang this next week when we go up to Michigan Tech. So, Saginaw's right now in the lead, and then Grand Valley is now got 2 losses in the league with us, and Hillsdale's got 1, and then Michigan Tech's got 2. So we're all kind of bunched in there together, you got to play them when they come, and our schedule's challenging. And Hillsdale, we knew was going to be a great opponent, and they played very, very well. And I thought at times we did some great things. It's just we just did not come out with the victory.
Duncan with a pick 6 for the Ferris State football team, and the only turnover of the game. Were you happy with the way that your team held on to the ball?
Yeah, just with Ricardo scoring, that's the second defensive score we've had in the last 2 weeks, so that's huge. We lead the GLIAC with 3 scores from our defense, and so I mean, obviously that's important. I went into the game hoping, we played the second half of the Grand Valley game without any turnovers, so we had played 2 straight quarters without a turnover, and then now add 4 more quarters to that. So we're 6 quarters without a turnover, and I think that's a huge factor in our success going forward.
As we turn to the highlights behind us here, just if you can walk us through what you see from the head coaching standpoint.
Well, we started out, we took the ball first possession, we drove down the field here, and Corey Ringer just broke one here. Jason Vanderlaan scores to get us ahead 7-0, and we wanted to get a quick start. We did get that quick start, and we held the lead, but then it was back and forth, and we had a tough time containing some of the things they did to us. Their quarterback was on the move a lot, throwing the ball, and we had pressured people pretty effectively, defensively, getting our D-line to the quarterback, and so they moved the pocket a lot, and they were very effective at that. So it brought on some different challenges.
Defensively, Marvin Robinson, Jamar Wimberly, Terrell Porter led the Bulldogs. What were your thoughts on their performance this weekend?
I thought we were played hard. We just the biggest thing is Hillsdale last year. They put a number on us on 3rd down. They were like an extraordinary, like 9 for 15 or something, and then they did it again to us this year. We got to get off the field. So when we get a team 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. We need to make that play to get our defense off the field, and we're unable to do that again against them this year.
Let's look ahead to Michigan Tech now. You guys are tied for 3rd place in the GLIAC, both 4-2 identical records. Just your thoughts on their program.
Well, we go to Michigan Tech, and Coach Curley's a great coach, and they'll be well prepared, and obviously it's going to be a challenge getting up there and going through all those things. Just being on the road is with a tough trip. But we played well on the road. That's really, in 2 years, that's the second loss we've had on the road in the GLIAC since I've been here. So we've been very competitive on the road, and so I think we'll play very, very well against Tech.
Last week you talked about the different phases that the program is going to go through this season. You had the 2 Ohio schools on the road, then you had the home games, Saginaw Valley and Grand Valley State, and then you're back on the road again at Hillsdale and at Michigan Tech. Can you elaborate on the different phases and your thoughts on how each one went?
Well, obviously to win the 3 Ohio games were huge, but then splitting at home is not what we wanted to do, but we did it, and now we got to split these 2 road games, and it's not what we want to do, but hopefully we can do it. I told the guys in our meeting last night, it's just, a lot of people compare our league to the SEC of Division II, and I put some schools on the board, namely Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, LSU, and Texas A&M, and I said, what do these 5 teams have in common? They all lost on Saturday. So 7 of the top 15 teams in Division I lost. Those were 5 of the best teams going in, and it happened. So you just got to regroup, and hopefully we will do that.
With the exception of Ohio Dominican in the South Division, the North Division seems like it's just unbelievable competition year in and year out. It has the schools like Grand Valley State, Saginaw Valley State, Wayne State, who was in the national championship game a few seasons ago, and then Ferris State as well. Just what is the difference from the North compared to the South?
Well, the South right now has the programs kind of in their infancy, and quite frankly, there's some that battle hard, but still have some things to do to get to where they want their program to be. In the North, it's just battle on every week. Our level of parity in the North is unbelievable. So I told our kids last night, we could still win the GLIAC North Championship. It's not like that dream's dead, because last year, a 2-loss team, won the title, and so that's just the battle that is before us. It's people are gonna, Saginaw and Hillsdale play this week. Someone's got to lose that game. So Grand Valley still yet to play Hillsdale and yet to play Saginaw. So there's going to be some moving around, and we just need to hang in there.
Do you think playing in the North Division helps with the recruiting, because there'll probably be more scouts as the competition's higher and better chance to move on to the National Football League?
Well, recruiting's a whole different animal, but you play this game, just because you want to be in a tough league and be able to compete every week, and so I think we're taking that to a whole different level. But it's obviously gratifying to know that week in and week out that it's going to be a battle, and there's great coaches. Keith Otterbein, former Ferris coach, he does an unbelievable job at Hillsdale, and so every week you're facing a great team with great coaches. So there's no easy one.
It seems like Ferris State plays better on the road, and I know for the Grand Valley game you actually had the team get dressed in a different building on campus, so it would resemble a road game. And I know that in the press conference after the Saginaw Valley game, you said that this team needs to find a way to play better at home. Last week we looked back to Grand Valley State, a victory. But other than that, what are the reasons why you think Ferris State just hasn't played the way you want them to play in Big Rapids?
We're still a work in progress when it comes to just establishing our mark here, quite honestly. We've got some seniors on offense, very few on defense, and the experience we have on defense really is just of a couple guys that were at Ferris last year, and so we're trying to put some things together, but ultimately it's we'll see 1, 2, 3 years down the road a more complete team. Right now, it's patchwork a little bit, trying to get us rolling. Not to say our kids aren't playing hard, because they're doing a great job, but a lot of our guys, seven guys that played against Hillsdale on defense weren't even with us in spring ball last year. So,
Coach, best of luck in Houghton against the Michigan Tech Huskies this weekend.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update after this.